Hey, it's me, Stephanie, and right now I'm at my nursing home, my skilled nursing facility that I've been at for approximately since August 30th. Came straight here after my amputation. I had an amputation below the knee. I got bit and by an insect. And at first, my big toe and half my foot was removed. And the skin was all like, it was as if acid was poured on my foot. And there wasn't a skin to close the wound. So unfortunately, I was sent home with this big gaping wound on my foot, half a foot. And being diabetic, that wound would have taken a year to heal. And basically, long story short, the infection went to the bone. And me, I'm stubborn, and I was scared because I had just fought for over a year and a half to save my left foot from a osteomyelitis. And I saved it. I've been to surgeries, had a wound vac, PICC lines, been through it all. And how ironic, my good foot got amputated. At first, I waited and waited, and all my friends, they knew I was in pain, but I didn't tell anybody how much pain I was in. It got to the point where I pretty much passed out in my apartment. The ambulance came and took me, and I think when they carried me out that day on the stretcher, I knew. For some reason, I knew I would never come back in that apartment. I knew that life that I had in that apartment was over. I was carried out on a stretcher and taken to the hospital and was found that, my infection went to the bone and they wanted to remove, amputate. And I said, no way. They said, if you don't get to the amputation, it's going to go, into your system and you're going to become septic, which means it's going to go throughout my whole body. I was like, I don't give a, what, let me go septic, send me to hospice, give me the morphine. In 4 days, I'll be gone. I won't know the difference. Well, my family, they devised a plan, like kind of a intervention to bring cousins and my sister and her friend and my children, all rallied together and tried to come to the hospital and convince me and all these reasons to live. And, gotta get the amputation. You gotta go through with it. You can't die. And I wanted to die. And, like I said, long story short, I had the amputation. I can't even describe to you how I felt when I woke up. I came out of it bad, first of all. And last year when I broke my femur bone on the other leg, that was like over 8-hour operation. And I came out of that really smoothly, no problem. For some reason, the recovery, coming out of the recovery room for the amputation, all I can remember is my mom sitting on one side of the hospital bed and my son sitting on the other. And I was just like delirious with pain. Like, it was the worst pain worse than having a baby. I can't even describe to you. And I think they eventually left because they weren't comforting me because I wasn't able to be comforted no matter what. And I probably ended up passing out that night and just out of exhaustion. And the next morning, let me just tell you, in the twilight hours of morning, you don't get that much rest when you're in the hospital. The doctors and the nurses are coming in and poking you and everything every couple hours. But I know that I was alone in the room when I opened my eyes and I lift back the blankets and looked down at my leg. And I just saw my stump. I hate the word stump, so I call it my stumpy. Even my orthopedic surgeon calls it stumpy. Everybody calls it stumpy now. Because Stephanie, I have to be like cute. I ain't gonna have the word stump just does not go with Steph. It's my Stumpy. And let me tell you, I just kept looking at it, like staring at it, not wanting to believe that this is me now. This is my new life. This is my reality. And like, even to this day, like 4 months later, going on 5 months later, I still haven't really accepted it. I don't think. Like, I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think. Like, the emotions are so, like, I can't tell you, and I can't blame it on anybody but myself. I want to blame God, because I always know that, 5 years ago, the doctors told me if I didn't quit smoking and I didn't get my diabetic sugar levels under control, I was going to be an amputee. And I was like, why would I be an amputee? What does your feet have anything to do with, well, when you're diabetic, your feet have everything to do with, that. You get neuropathy, you don't feel your feet, you step on things. I've stepped on a Lego before and had a Lego embedded in my foot and didn't even know it. So anyways, my family came and everything, and this nice guy named Charlie came from this Pawn Grants, prosthetic company. I didn't want to hear none of that. I didn't want it, I just said, just keep giving me the morphine, man, So I was in the hospital for like a week, and then they ended up sending me to this place, this Archstone Care Facility in Chandler, for my rehab, my recovery. Basically, and I was here last year when I broke my femur bone. It's basically a nursing home. There are some people here that will never leave. They will die here. This is their forever home. And I made it pretty much, I tried to make lemonade out of lemons. I made friends. I have my own little golden girls. I go participate in the activities with the senior citizen, the wheelchair exercises. I go to physical therapy, occupational therapy. Wait, all these months to get fitted for my prosthetic leg. And just like buzzed around this place and made friends with the staff and everybody. And I really came to this really was like my home, it's a trip. I'm only 46 years old, but I'm living in a nursing home. And people would trip out on me because they were even family of patients would come. And I don't know, I can't tell you how many times I heard this from doctors, from nurses, from patients, from patient family members saying, wow, you're the first person that I ever met that had an amputation that's so positive. You're so positive. You're going to beat this. You're determined. You're so positive that you're going to overcome this. You're so strong. I'm not strong. I cry. It's crazy what a fake, put the fake smile on and carry on. It's amazing what a fake smile can hide. But what am I going to do? Sit and cry in my beer? It's over. It's done with. And I can't blame anybody except myself. I know that. This is my reality, and I have to live with it for the rest of my life. Yeah, I probably could have saved my leg if I would have went to the hospital sooner, but I was stubborn. And I wouldn't go. And I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking, because I knew it wasn't going to go away, but I knew that I had worse things when I got into hospital. And I knew when they carried me out on the stretcher that day, I knew that I was going to be amputated. I knew my leg was gone. So that's something I got to live with for the rest of my life. And it's weird because now that it happened to me, it's like before I never really noticed people with disabilities or stuff like that. And now that I see myself, I've seen it everywhere on TV and magazines, out and about. And so then I've been sheltered in this little fishbowl, care center, making friends, all the nurses. I bring joy to these old people, they tell me, and I don't understand. What am I do? I don't have nothing to offer except myself, my company. But I talk to them. I have to. This is where I am, 24/7. And some people that said, we're going to be there for you every step of the way. I haven't seen them since the day of my operation, or, you know what I mean? It's like people are there, but they're not there. They say they're going to be there, but they're not. And in the end, all you have is yourself and God. So that was like a really hard lesson to learn, because, you know, I have to be strong, a survivor, whatever, because that operation wasn't nothing pretty. You know, I've been through so many surgeries the last 2 years, and it's like I just keep get more and more things keep happening to me. And it's like, what is this, my life? But it can't be my life. My story can't end here. And I started, you know, really when I was like kind of starting to be homebound a lot, because I was always having something wrong with my feet. I started watching YouTube, and I started watching these videos, and I was like, damn, you know, I bet you I can make a video of me playing with my little Shih Tzu and people would watch that crap. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got the amputation, like months ago, I should have started. Like, I should have started talking about my feelings, and like maybe it would have helped me, because now, I mean, when I got out of the hospital and like I had to deal with the reality of other people that are not in the healthcare profession or that are not sicker than me, like normal people, like going to Walmart or going out to eat, and in the public, people looking, the stares, the little kids. I wasn't prepared for that. And I never even really considered myself handicapped, because I was in this rehab center or convalescent hospital, nursing home, whatever you want to call it, where there was people that were way worse than me. That, you know what I mean? And they just thought I was amazing and just giving me, you know, props every day. And when I got out, all of a sudden it was like I'm little Nemo in my little fishbowl, and I'm getting out in the big blue ocean, and here comes Big Bruce, the shark, and he's going to eat me up. I was not prepared for that. Let me tell you, I went to the 99-cent store, and like people are moving out of the way for me. And I'm thinking, oh, they're probably like, oh, for the crippled girl, you know? I went out to eat, and I was looking around the restaurant like, oh my God, everybody's staring. And my friend said, nobody's staring at you. It's all in your head. And there's 3 other people in wheelchairs. Look around. And I looked around, and then some man came, and he told me, this elderly man came up to me, and he's like, you're so beautiful. And I told my friend, we got in the car, why did that man come and tell me I'm so beautiful? Why? Because he felt sorry for the crippled girl? And she's like, no, because you are. And I'm like, whatever, bullshit. You know what I mean? The man felt sorry for the crippled girl. It has to be it. And that's what I have the stigma, because that morning, when I looked at my leg for the first time, and it's just a little stumpy, and it was so swollen. My stumpy was as big as my thigh, and I got thick thighs, pretty eyes. But I was just thinking, oh my God, who's going to want me? I'm not a woman. I'm not beautiful. I'm not sexy. I'm not desirable. And I'm going to be by myself. I don't have a husband. I didn't have a boyfriend, a committed boyfriend. My last boyfriend that I met on POF left me because when I started having medical problems, he said he didn't sign up for that. And it's like, how am I ever going to meet somebody? Everybody keeps telling me I don't need to be with somebody, that you don't need a man, but I do better in relationships. You know, I'm a good girlfriend. But how am I going to go on POF and say, yeah, I have one leg, I live in a nursing home, you know, coming over and have dinner with me at 4:30 in the dining room where there's people in jerry chairs, you know, and people laid out that have strokes and that are moaning and groaning and stuff. Who's going to want that? You know, they're going to run for the hills. I just got to know that it's going to take time. I need to accept myself that I am beautiful, I guess. Just the way I am. I put on weight, but it's only temporary. This is only temporary. This is not how my story is going to end. And hopefully that, I think I'm going to contact this organization called the Amputee Coalition and see if there's any support groups. I've seen now on YouTube there are other videos of people, their amputee stories. Because people ask me, how are you doing? And you know how the normal response was like, oh, I'm doing okay. I'm taking it day by day. But reality, Stephanie has to take it. I'm taking it hour by hour. Because I could be happy and smiling. The next minute I'm crying. And I can make jokes about it. Like saying, my first joke was like, I'm going to be a flamingo for Halloween. have my boyfriend paint me pink and slap some feathers on me. I feel like I make the jokes. I'm the smile now, cry later clown, because I got to make everybody around me feel comfortable, because they feel awkward, like they don't know what to say to me. But I'm still me. I'm the same Stephanie that I always was. And people that's what they don't understand. It's me. It's Steph. You can tell Stephanie everything. I'm kicked back. I'm a hella cool chick, I don't judge. I can kick it with anybody. And I'm fun, and I attract people, and people want to be around me. I just got to keep telling myself that. I could be the best advice giver, but if only I took my own advice. But anyways, yeah, I really don't even know what the topic of this video would be. But I knew I need to do some kind of introduction video, like to say, hey, who I am. And then maybe I'll put a link out on like my social media, like Facebook, and make an Instagram account so I can start getting followers and stuff. Cause I don't even watch TV no more. I watch YouTube, and I have my favorite people. And I was just like, damn, I want to be something. I want people to remember me. Like, I want this to be something good. Like, this was my story, how it was supposed to be. Like, it wasn't the end, it was the beginning. It was, how you read a book and it'll say part 1. Well, this is like part 2. And it's going to be my ending, but not my tragic ending. It should be like a feel good. Hopefully it might be like a romantic comedy. Who knows? But I'm a nerd, and my name is Stephanie. I'm an amputee, and that's about it. What you see is what you get. Sayonara. Mwah.